Hi, I'm Sue Barlow, and I'm here with Chef Gloria Cabral at Bristol Community College for a cake competition. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. The competition we do is a fundraiser for our students who go to Skills USA. And Skills USA is a vocational-based competition program to better their skills. And I keep saying skills a lot, but that's what it is, because you always want to have a more productive, a very good work ethic student to graduate. And so we do our fundraiser, but it's open up for ages 4 to whenever. And we do these wonderful cakes like you see here. They bring them in, and we also have a live competition. And it also gives the students that are in the program and students we want to come in from other areas the chance to try out what they know.
Oh, wow. So how is this, long has this cake competition been going on?
It started this is our 9th year. The first 6 years I was running it, and then we've had other people running it since. And this year, with the theme of magical, mystical, mythological, it's been really interesting because we also matched it with Cake Fest. And Cake Fest is the library-based program, so every cake has a book. So this way, and our guest host, we figured with that type of thing, we had a guest host as a psychic, John Stetson, who's a world-renowned psychic, will be here, and it makes it much more magical, mystical, and mythological.
Wow, that's great. And now, are there wedding cakes here too?
There's also one, yeah, we have a few that are wedding cakes, because not everybody likes to go with a theme, but they like to go with traditional, and they'll take a traditional wedding cake on how they would interpret it, for how people buy them, because people have such different ideas of what's expected for a wedding cake. So we did that area too, so they give them an option to go with.
Oh, nice. Now, is there really cake under these decorations?
They're all styrofoam because, first of all, there would be a lot of wasted cake. And it takes a long time to do these cakes, so we have them as styrofoam. But in the live competition, that's all real cakes, real fondant and frosting, and they're just making it that it can be eaten just like you would at any other place. And they have to make sure it can be moved.
Wow, so moving a cake could be tricky.
Moving a cake is very tricky. Floors and hills and everything else as you do it.
Wow, yeah, that's great. So, are some of your students competing this year?
Oh, I have several students that are competing in the culinary student award area in this part here, and also I have my 2 graduates going in the live competition, which is going against 2 professionals, which are also our graduates from the school. And it was nice because as you see them grow, the one team, one hired the other, so that became the professional team. So it'll be nice seeing all the students. And here with a lot of our students come back, and that's where they meet. It's almost like a reunion.
Oh, fun. What is the live show? I don't know. What is that?
The live show is they take the same theme, and they have 4 hours to take a cake and construct it. Wow. So which one is doing, I know one is Peter Pan, and I'm not sure what the other one is, and they're creating their theme around a live cake within that time period and all they have is cake and frosting and fondant. Nothing is colored, nothing is made. So that's how they have to work it.
What is fondant?
Oh, fondant is a sugar paste. Basically, it's cooked sugar and it's moved around and it's made pliable. They add ingredients to make it pliable. And there's several different types. There's fondant. You can dip your donuts, like a glazed donut. That's also fondant. Oh. But the rolled fondant is what they use. It's just like, think of Play-Doh or clay that you can eat. And you roll it out, you can mold it, you can do different things with it. And what it does, it gives that nice smooth appearance on a cake, or it becomes the decoration to make something look more alive.
Oh, great, great. Now, what's your role in this school? How does that work?
I'm the professor of baking and pastry, and I'm the only full-time instructor in baking and pastry. I'm the skills advisor for the whole school, so I stay on both ends to make sure I'm training the students to do that. They have competition, or I work with the students. Once they come into the program, I'm their advisor, and they tend to be adopted into the program forever and ever. And once they graduate, we stay in touch, and we make sure they get jobs and everything else. So it becomes a community college, and that's what it is.
That's nice. Now, do students go on to more education after they leave here?
Some do, and we set their paths within their first year, decide what do you want. If they're not sure, we set them up as they're going to go out into the workforce. But probably 25% of our students will continue on to 4-year schools. Will go in different paths, maybe into art, maybe into we have some food service managers and different things like that, or they go right into industry, or they become managers. So they kind of know. Some of them are learning the profession to be at home because they have children, and when they're ready for the next step. but it's an education that they just absolutely love and they want to learn more on it.
So they get an associate's degree?
Associate's degree in culinary arts with what they call the baking and pastry option.
That's great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a little tour of the kitchen. It looks incredible.
Yeah, it's grown and the program keeps growing. This year we've had 21 freshman students, which is one of our biggest classes ever, and it's because the Food Network brings people into wanting to do that, and then as they grow and they decide this is what I want, they stay in it, and if they choose not to, at least they've had an education on how to do something correctly.
Right, well they'll walk away with an associate's degree.
Yep, they'll walk away.
They have to take all the other classes.
Right,
too.
right, and if they, a lot of them like to go on entrepreneurship after here, or a lot of my students go into culinary, so I tell them the more you know, the more marketable you are.
Well, it's so artistic. You must have such creative and artistic people. I'm sure a lot of people from fine arts come in.
Yep, and some of they go back and forth because one of my adjuncts was a fine arts major, and he realized he needed more, and he came into the baking program, and he's a phenomenal sugar artist.
Oh, and who's that?
Adam Gonsalves.
Oh, great.
And Adam does his flowers are now shipped all over the country. He does beautiful gum paste flowers, cakes. He competes. Amazing. It was a student who became a teacher.
Wow. So there's other levels of competition out there?
This is a local level, but next week is Cake Fest, which is in New York, huge levels. There's the Pillsbury Professional Bake Off. It depends on what you want. Not every student wants to compete because, first of all, it's very expensive and it requires a lot of time and practice. So, but at least it teaches them the understanding of what goes into what they do and the appreciation to be thankful for, yeah, I know what this is. And it's a nice thing, but some of our students, we had one that almost made it to the Christmas show this year for the Food Network. They wanted to try out for the spring show, and she graduated a few years ago, and she became a teacher. Wow. And she teaches baking and pastry at a high school, so she's done very well, and she's looking to go above and beyond.
So what categories are there in this show?
The show starts with the youth category, which is ages 4 and up, then the teen, which is high school level. So the different high schools come in.
Hi, I'm Donna Pasquarella with Born TV, and I'm here with Upper Cape Tech student Paige Gilbert. She is a contestant here, and she has this beautiful cake that she has decorated. It's a theme, and I'm going to have Paige tell you a little bit about her cake and what made her think of this theme. Paige?
The way I really came up with the idea for the cake was when I was a little girl, I always used to watch this movie, The Last Unicorn. And when I found out that we could do a fantasy book cake, what I did was, instead of representing something like dragons and wizards, I thought of something more, I don't really want to say like unique, but it's like out of the box, and you wouldn't really think of The Last Unicorn as a fantasy book cake because it's not a very well-known movie or book. But when I saw it, I got really inspired to do the cake, and with each tier I went over and I did, the bottom layer is the enchanted garden where they live in, and then throughout the story all of the unicorns are chased into the ocean by this red bull, which is the wizard's pretty much servant. And the second tier is represented the ocean that they were forced into, and there was only one left to rescue the rest of them. The third tier is the Red Bull. He is a kind of like flaming character. So when I saw that, I kind of just thought of, wow, fire and like darkness because of the woods he lived in and pretty much chased them into. So I represented him by doing a fire tier. And then for the top of the tiers, I did the beautiful sky after all of the unicorns were released and they were allowed to go back into the woods where they lived in, and pretty much they could exist in happiness again. And then the tree on top it represents the tree that captured the wizard when he was trying to save the rest of the unicorns. He put a spell on the tree and didn't quite turn out the way he planned, and it got him stuck for a little bit.
Is this your first contest?
This isn't my first contest. I attended the same contest 2 years ago when they had a Disney theme, and I did a Beauty and the Beast cake.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Well, thank you very much for talking about your cake with us. We look forward to the contestant, the judging, and we wish you well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Then they have the college level, and then it goes novice, intermediate, and professional. Novice is you're just brand new to this, just starting out doing these things. Intermediate is, yeah, you've done maybe 50 or 75 cakes. And professional, this is your business.
Okay.
So it makes it a more fair competition.
Much more, yeah. I'd hate to go up against a professional who does it every day.
Looking at some of these cakes, the novices have been pretty interesting.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
totally amazing. It just blows your mind, the creativity and then the execution.
And
It's just not easy work to
It's
do.
not easy work. And then to get it here. We have a beautiful day today. We're very lucky. We've had some snow days and rain days, but we've gotten them in here and it's been amazing.
Yeah, well, great. It looks fabulous, and congratulations on such a super show.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'm here with Megan Yolden, and she is an Upper Cape Tech graduate.
Yes.
And I think it was 2 years. Has it been 2 years?
I graduated last year.
Last year. And is this your first entrance into the show?
No, I came here for the past 2 years. I won first place the first year I came here, but last year I didn't win.
You'll win this year.
Yeah, exactly. The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater.
And is that your favorite book?
Yes, one of them. Yep.
And your cake decoration is based on that book. And can
Yes.
you tell us a little bit about what made you think about coming to this actual format here? It's actually very interesting. What she has here are on the bottom layer are all books.
Tarot cards.
And she has named them all. And I'll let you talk about it.
Well, I definitely want to do something different because I figured the fantasy would be taken as, wizards and dragons. So I figured I should do maybe something more psychic side of fantasy. So my bottom's all tarot cards, and I have like caves and enchanted forests, creatures,
And the top is,
a big blue lily.
and that is from the book.
The name of the book, yes.
The Blue Lily.
Yes.
Okay, and then in the bottom, you just you found a nice display of black books. I don't know how you did that.
I have
but
thousands of books.
very, very interesting.
Yes.